So the 2025 AFL season is well and truly moving really quick. I mean, we are up to round 13 now, and the buys get weirder and weirder. Like, we've only got 2 teams with a buy this week. Again, I don't really know how that works or anything like that, but it's still pretty much a normal week of footy right here. So most of the teams are playing. There's definitely some ones to watch, and we kind of kick it off straight away with, I think, what's going to be a good game. This happened to be the Western Bulldogs versus Hawthorn Football Club. Again, the Dogs are freshly coming off a bye. They did not play last week at all, and they should be coming into this 100% expecting to win. I mean, if they do win this, it will get them back in the 8. But if they lose this again, I think they're in a weird position, the Dogs, right now, where I feel like they've honestly just been better than what they actually have been this year. So they definitely need to get one on the board, especially against a team who I think a lot of people thought was pretty good. Turns out we don't really know what to make of them anymore in the Hawthorn Football Club, who nearly got their score doubled against them by Collingwood. So they're going to want to absolutely come out firing here as well, because yeah, they've had a couple of bad weeks. It hasn't been great. Again, this one is at Marvel Stadium. So the Dogs, I mean, they should be coming into this pretty ready. Now, normally I would tip the Dogs here, and considering the Hawks are out of form, I probably shouldn't be tipping them. But just knowing how Hawthorn's game style is and what they were able to do against the Dogs in the finals last year, and I know it's been a long time and they're completely different teams now, I still am going to be tipping the Hawks here to actually make a little bit of a surprise. Now, again, if this was at the G, I'd 100% be locking in the Hawks, but I'm a little bit, even just saying this out loud now, tipping the Hawks, I'm not too sure if I'm confident with my decision. Again, Adelaide versus Brisbane on Friday night. Adelaide have been absolutely steamrolling into the season so far, destroying Sydney last week. Again, what has happened to Sydney this year is a massive mystery, but Adelaide have just been really good throughout, like, most of the year. Again, at the time of making this video, they are 3rd on the ladder, which I didn't predict. They were one of the teams I thought people were a little bit too overhyped on, but I was very much wrong on that. Again, Brisbane seem to still be doing their thing. They are currently 2nd right now. So you should have a blockbuster game right here. You got 3rd taking on 2nd, right? Adelaide's home. I'm going to tip Adelaide here just because of that, and they are in absolutely insane form, while Brisbane are just getting their wins, like drew against North, just beat Essendon. Games they should have realistically won by a lot more. So I'm going to go with them again. This is an interesting one. On Saturday, we have Richmond versus Sydney. I mean, what a weird game, because Richmond, as we know, were tipped by many to not win a single game this season. And not only have they won a game, but they've won 3 of them, and they've actually competed in a lot more games, just losing to the GWS Giants. Again, North Melbourne had to play Richmond when Richmond had the worst game from their back line I think I've seen in a minute, for North Melbourne to actually go on and win that one. So realistically, Richmond could very well be 4-5 in a different universe, right? Sydney as well, they are really bad at the moment. There is a lot of different reasons they are bad. Again, I think they're screaming out for a key forward. Brodie Grundy is half the player he was last year, in my opinion. Their back line hasn't been as good. There has been a lot of different issues. They're still kind of, I think, getting familiar with the new coach. Yeah, I mean, realistically, as a Tigers fan as well, considering Richmond beat them last year, and I think Richmond have doubled as a team last year, and Sydney have actually been cut in half, I think I'm actually going to tip Richmond here. And I don't even know if that's an upset. I actually don't think that's an upset at all. So I'm going to be backing in the Tigers there. They get Noah Bolter back as well, which should be a massive in. Again, we got Geelong now taking on the Gold Coast Suns at GMHBA, 4:15 on Saturday. I mean, 2 of the best teams in it right now. Gold Coast are 4th and Geelong are 5th. I think if this was at Metricon, in Queensland at Gold Coast, I would be tipping the Suns. If this was at Darwin, where the Suns seem to be prime LeBron James over there, I would 100% be tipping the Suns as well. But at GMHBA, I mean, younger, more inexperienced teams seem to get toyed when they get to GMHBA, because it is a massive reality check. I mean, the fact is Geelong, they play really good footy down there. They're probably, when I think of a team who plays the best footy at a home ground, Geelong definitely come to mind. I mean, Gold Coast are still really young. Like, when you realise their key forwards, other than Ben King, are like 19 years old, is really insane. I mean, this could be a statement if Gold Coast got the win, but I can't see it happening. I'm going to back in Geelong. But I mean, it would be a massive statement if they made it happen. Again, GWS Giants taking on Port Adelaide at Canberra. So, I mean, there shouldn't be too much discussion around this one, even though GWS played like absolute booty cheeks against the Richmond Football Club. Port are having a generationally bad season for their standards, which is so strange. Again, they're 15th. I can't see them winning this one. GWS, they need to start to get on a roll. Now that they've got a lot of their players, back. Again, they're still missing a couple, don't get me wrong, like Finn Callahan. But goddamn, they need to start getting on a roll, and they barely beat Richmond. You are going to want to lock this one in and beat Port Adelaide. This should be realistically a non-negotiable for them. Again, North Melbourne taking on West Coast at Hands Oval. Had no idea where that was. Then I remembered that North sold like 3 home games to Perth, which I mean is so strange. I don't fully understand it, other than North not being that big of a team. In fact, they're probably a bottom 3 smallest team nearly in the game. It is a very strange decision. But at the end of the day, this is being played in Perth, so even though it is North's home game, it's not the Kangaroos' home game, really. It's the Eagles' home game. I think they've even played pre-season matches there before. I could be wrong on that. Don't take that one with a grain of salt. I could very much be wrong on that. But I mean, North, they shouldn't lose this. They have been rebuilding like 2 or 3 years longer than what West Coast have. Again, they shouldn't realistically lose this at all. But in saying that, both teams are actually playing really good footy. In fact, all 3 of the bottom teams right now are arguably playing better footy than the 15th place Port Adelaide, the 14th place, Sydney Swans, and at times the 13th place Carlton, which is absolutely insane to think, which makes me think in like 6 games, time, there could be a very different bottom to the ladder. So we'll have to see on that. And I mean, if North win this one, it will start to change a couple of things. Again, they will be above Richmond now and 1 win away from those other 3 mentioned teams. But in saying that, West Coast have been playing really good footy, so they could also get the job done here. Again, I think I'm going to go a little bit safe, and I'm going to say North just because they should be ahead. But at the end of the day, I really don't know. And West Coast, I mean, they actually played 3 really good quarters against Geelong. So it's going to be an interesting one. We've also got Carlton taking on Essendon now on that Sunday night at the G. I mean, Carlton are a shade of their former self, and Essendon, they actually want to make the 8, and I think they think there's a chance they could. I mean, they're realistically not far off it. Like, their percentage sucks, don't get me wrong, but they are not too far off it at all. I mean, I think it should still be a good one. You got a really good rivalry going on here, and Carlton probably know their season is getting out of reach, but they know it's technically not over. So if they win this game, they can maybe start to look at their season a little bit differently. But I mean, I think they've lost 7 games already. So probably should be season over. But I mean, there's still some hope in Carlton fans, right? I think Essendon should get the win, though. They seem to be having a better season. I don't know if they're the better team. I mean, Carlton shouldn't be where they are, but they've just had everything go wrong for them, and I think they're going to be making a lot of changes next year. Again, the game I am really keen for, and I hope it's a really good one, and it usually is a really good one, is the, I think it's the King's Birthday. Is that what we're calling it now? The King's Birthday game. Basically, the MND game is what most of us know it as, with the Melbourne Demons taking on the Collingwood Football Club on Monday. So yeah, I think next week's tips video might be coming out on Tuesday. So definitely stay tuned for that. We'll see. I don't know how I'm going to go about that one. But end of the day, I mean, Collingwood are the best team in the game right now, right? Like, I've been debating on who's the best team for the last couple of weeks. Is it Brisbane? Is it Gold Coast? Is it Collingwood? Is it a team like Geelong, right? But I think Collingwood are actually the clear front runners at the moment. Again, it could all change, but they're looking the goods right now. Melbourne actually have some good things going on. They've been a lot better in the last, like, 7 weeks. I mean, Harvey Langford and Xavier Lindsay are absolutely insane footy players, and their future is going to be very, very well taken care of. But I'm locking in Collingwood to get the win here, and I'm interested to see who the other big freeze sliders are going to be. Because I know Matty Nable is going to be sliding down, and for those of you who don't know him, he's actually a really good actor who's in one of my all-time favorite shows, Mr. In Between, and plays a really cool character in that. So I'm interested to see how he goes down the slide, and, you know, he's also the narrator for the Fox ads, I think, for the rugby and all, like, the AFL ads now. So it's going to be cool to see that. It's for a great cause, obviously, on the day. And yeah, I think Collingwood are going to get the win here, but I hope Melbourne contend, which I think they generally will. And it should be a really good day. Again, I'm very much excited for it. Again, if you haven't already, comment who you guys think down below, what your tips and predictions are for this, week's footy, and who do you guys think's going to win? Who do you guys think's going to be the upsets? All of the above. Again, go subscribe to my gaming channel, which will be linked down below. Subscribe to this channel for all latest sports content and news. And I guess I'll be seeing you guys next time. Goodbye.